The woman was forced to marry the billionaire CEO, but unexpectedly, she gradually fell in love with him after their marriage. In order to see the woman at all times, the CEO brought her to work at his company. However, as soon as the woman entered the company, she was bullied by her colleagues. The chair at her workstation was broken. When she wanted to go to an empty seat to get a replacement, her colleague informed her that it belonged to the team leader and threatened that she would be in serious trouble if she dared to touch it. The woman asked where she could get a replacement chair, but her colleague completely ignored her. Understanding her colleague's message, the woman called the CEO without hesitation and asked him to bring her a chair. Her colleague looked at her with complete disdain upon hearing this. Just as the woman hung up the phone, the CEO, who had always maintained an aloof demeanor in front of employees, appeared carrying a chair. The other colleagues were absolutely stunned. They then watched as the CEO obediently set down the chair for the woman, appearing reluctant to leave her side. Witnessing this scene, the other colleagues immediately changed their attitude toward the woman. After returning to his office, the CEO was still basking in the sweetness of that moment. At this time, a malicious woman who had been secretly in love with the CEO stormed in. Having heard that the CEO had personally brought a chair for the woman, she angrily scolded the CEO for disregarding the company's image and warned him that he couldn't be overly indulgent toward the woman in the workplace. The CEO didn't care at all. After all, the woman was his wife, and even in the company, she was still his wife. It was perfectly reasonable for him to pamper his own wife. The malicious woman was driven to madness with jealousy over the woman. Just as she was about to leave, the CEO suddenly experienced stomach pain. The malicious woman immediately rushed over to show concern, giving the CEO stomach medicine and thoughtfully wiping his sweat. At this moment, the woman suddenly opened the door and entered. Seeing this scene, she was deeply hurt and left without giving the CEO any chance to explain. However, the malicious woman blocked the woman's path and accused her of not even knowing how to provide basic care as the CEO's secretary and wife. The woman was furious. The woman approached the CEO and demanded that the malicious woman leave. The malicious woman was curious about the woman's purpose for joining the CEO's company. The woman and the malicious woman began arguing, and the CEO weakly tried to stop them. That evening after work, the woman dragged her best friend out to drink away her sorrows. She drank until very late before returning home. The CEO had been waiting for the woman to come home all alone. As soon as she arrived, the CEO immediately went to take care of her. Seeing the CEO, the woman felt deeply wronged and poured out her grievances to him. The CEO held the woman with heartache. After the woman's emotions stabilized, the CEO carried her back to their room.